I'm Nikhil Sachania. My navigator is Deep Patel.
September 2011 remains an unforgettable day in Nikhil Sachania's life. Sachania was testing his new quad bike with Shaza Anwar and Zaniang, trying to get ready for his would-be first national event. He then hit a rock at a high speed and landed head first. The impact shattered his spine.
My rallying career only started in 2014. That was already my accident had already happened, but I've been involved with motorsports for a number of years. My dad used to be a rally driver, so from a young age, I've always had exposure to rallying and vehicles of the sort. I did start doing a lot of RC racing. I used to do a lot of go karting. When I came back from university, I used to do 4x4 challenges, and then I stepped into quad bike racing, endurance. So during a training rally, I unfortunately had an accident, which put me into a wheelchair, broke my spine, and I was put into a wheelchair. That was 2010, 2011. And then 2014 is when I made my rallying debut.
So, what brought you back to a sport that almost claimed your life?
I don't know. That's a crazy question, but I've always, as I mentioned to Samson, I've always wanted to be a rally driver or do some sort of motorsports, and obviously my accident, I didn't want that to hamper that situation. So when I did have my accident, I searched around on what a person like me is capable of doing, and I found several people who've done the Paris Dakar, they've done rallying, they're doing NASCAR. So for me, it was my kind of like, am I fit enough to get into a rally car and drive? And I've proved that now and again that yes, I am, and you are too.
Along with Andrew Cairo.
So, Nikhil, what drives you to keep going despite your condition?
As I've said time and time again, it was more of a mind over matter thing. I've always enjoyed speed. I've always enjoyed rallying, and it's something that I wanted to do no matter what. And I managed to search a lot of stuff on the internet to manage to find other people in my condition who are able to race, let alone rally. So with that inspiration and motivation, I managed to convince my family to put me back into a car and race.
Sachania is now a beneficiary of the FIA Disability and Accessibility Commission grant and KCB's bank commitment towards championing inclusivity in sports, the incredible spirit of
So
motorsport.
the Disability and Accessibility Commission, they approached me in 2021. This was just a pre-COVID kind of thing, and I wanted to get the hand controls validated by the FIA to make sure that they're safe enough to be used in a FIA sanctioned event. So they managed to fly down. They had a look at our car, and then they gave me a grant based on the car that we have and what we were trying to achieve. So they gave me a racing fuel tank. They gave us a fire suppression kit, and they gave me overalls to make sure that we were able to enter the event safely.
Nikhil's first race car, a Mitsubishi Challenger 3-liter V6, was acquired locally and built by his first co-driver, Charan Singh.
Well, the car is homologated because it's a production vehicle. I mean, when I got the car, it was already a rally car. It's not that I built it here. But in terms of homologation, it's the roll cage has a certificate, the fuel tank has a certificate, the fire suppression kit has a certificate. It has all the necessary padding around the car. The seat belts are valid. The seats are valid.
So give us a brief of how this car operates, the mechanism. How do you brake? How do you accelerate?
So all the controls are based off the wheel. I have an accelerator that's at the top of the steering wheel. When I depress it, it presses the accelerator. There's a ring at the back of the steering wheel. When I pull it or squeeze it, it presses the brakes. It's running an automatic transmission, which is also homologated for this car. But I normally put it in manual mode, which allows me to change the gears and to put it in the gear that I require during the rally.
So what challenges do you go through?
I think I do get a slight disadvantage in very twisty areas, especially something like this. It's very narrow, very tight, so there's a lot of strain on the wheel because I'm pressing the accelerator and pressing the brake all at the same time. So in those parts of the stages, I might be slightly slower than your average driver.
Of Nikhil Sachania, flanked by the Group CEO, Paul Russo.
Yeah, obviously my arms do get strained quite a bit, but that's part of training. I have to make sure that I'm working out, eating right, making sure that my mind is clear of all thoughts because there's a lot that goes on, especially with my hands. It's a lot of coordination that happens. I have to listen to the navigator, make sure I know what he's saying, and see what's coming up onto the road.
There are people in our station who would like to become rally drivers or sports athletes.
Look, there is we have a really big facility here now with the WRC offices here. The FIA offices are also here, so it's a matter of approaching them, and I'm sure they're able to guide. Like they guided me on how to make sure that the car is ready to race. Um, so there are these procedures that you need to follow to make sure that the car is ready to go, or even if you want to go into go karting, how you get into it. It's all through the Kenya Motorsports Federation.
So how excited were you to learn that the WRC is coming back to Kenya?
How excited was I? Oh yeah, very, 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 very. It was kind of it's a dream to obviously do a world renowned event, and especially us being in Kenya, we know Safari. The name Safari is it's a different charm, you know. So when it was announced, I was really excited, and I made sure that my car was adhering to all the regulations that are needed to race.
Nikhil and his partner Dave Patel will form part of the Mitsubishi Evo 10 two-car KCB drivers lineup for the upcoming WRC Safari Rally Kenya alongside Evans Kavisi and Absalom Aswani.
As part of the support, we'll be sponsoring 2 local drivers. We have settled on young, brave, and brilliant talent with a hunger to win, and we believe with clear stewardship and support, they will bring glory to Kenya and Africa as a whole.
Yeah, so obviously for the WRC, we hope to at least finish the race, get at the top 20. Mainly is to enjoy ourselves. In the upcoming events for the national rounds, we'll do a few selected races depending on how we perform in the WRC, and then maybe we do a few international events in the form of the Africa Championship. But yeah, for now, I think I have taken a slight step back because of the way the economy is and stuff. But I hope everything picks up soon and I can get back to racing full time.
How expensive is it to drive a rally car in Kenya?
It is quite a expensive sport. All in all, there is most of the. I mean, it's a machine. End of the day, it needs care, and you have to make sure that it is in perfect condition. Otherwise, your life is at risk. So it is quite expensive. There are also a lot of unseen expenses that do need to be accounted for. Yeah, it is very expensive.
The family has supported you so much since that's there.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, let's take up. Disability is not inability. Reporting from Nairobi, I am Eric Njiru.